have 5 minutes to encourage your heart, and I want to start like this. Not everybody wearing a hoodie is a thug. That's what I know. And just like not every cop wearing a uniform is corrupt. When we're talking about unity in the community, what we have to focus on, if we're going to have unity, we have to focus on that which unites us, that which brings us together. What is it that we all have in common? That's what you have to ask yourself. The next time you have an interaction with a police officer, the next time you have an interaction with somebody who looks intimidating to you, you have to ask yourself, what is it that we all have in common? Here's what it is, two things. Repeat this after me. Everybody is flawed, and everybody has a story. There's a person behind that uniform. There's a person behind that dude with the dreadlocks that smells like alcohol. And so you ask yourself, knowing that, how should I govern myself in this interaction? See, I was 30 years old, and when I found out that my mother tried to abort me, I had a whole lot of feelings go through my mind. And a whole lot of dots got connected. And honestly, some of the feelings that I had for my mom were not good. Because I already was really upset and angry about my childhood because I had all of these obstacles that I was overcoming. But here's one thing that pushed aside all of any kind of anger or bitterness or any kind of hatred that I could have had for my mother. Because, see, you think about it, what kind of mom really actually says, you know what, I'm just going to get rid of this pregnancy just because I don't feel like it. No, nobody does that. There's a story behind that. And at 30 years old, before I got mad at my mother, before I got into all that foolishness, I began to ask people questions. What's her story? And I found out that she was 17 years old, already divorced, the mother of two little girls, and found out that she was three or so weeks or so pregnant again. And she was upset with her parents. They had kicked her out, and so now you gotta, I know you were born in the country, but now we're gonna banish you to Detroit. So you just go to Detroit, and you just figure it out on your own because you done messed everything up. Not to mention that she was molested all of her life by her older brother, and her mother never stepped in to do something about it, no matter how many times she told her. Everybody has a story. And it's funny what will happen is, if you begin to ask questions like I did, and you begin to understand people's story, you begin to stand back, and some of the anger that you feel will suddenly subside. And you say, you know what? Behind that uniform, there's a person. And I don't care who you are. I'm the most peace-loving person in the world. But if you square up on me with your fist balled up, I'm getting into fight mode. I don't care how long I've been on the force. I don't care if I'm a husband, father, five, which I am. If you square up on me and you look intimidating towards me, I'm getting ready for a fight. Why? Because I want to live. And every police officer wants to live. Every person in society wants to live. And as a community, we are responsible for helping each other live. And how do we do that? We do that by understanding that everybody has a story. And everybody is flawed. Yes, we all make mistakes. Some of them ain't mistakes. You got 4 pounds of marijuana in your car. That ain't no mistake, okay? Ain't no mistake. When you choose to use a firearm against an assailant, when you know you could use a taser, that ain't no mistake. So what do? We look at each situation and we say, you know what? How can I help this person live? Because I know that person is flawed. He shouldn't be doing what he's doing right now. And he violates the law, but he's flawed, and there's a story. There's a mother behind him that wants her son to come home. There's a wife behind that police officer's Kevlar vest that wants her husband to come home. And when they clock in, every police officer deserves the right to clock out the way he clocked in. And some of us as parents, I have 5 children, and Lord have mercy, I have teenagers. Lord help me. See, you ask yourself sometimes, why does life happen to you all at once when you're a teenager and you know everything? And so I have teenagers, and one of the things that I teach my teenagers is, listen, you need to learn how to respect authority. Respect authority. people resisting arrest. That's the truth that many of us don't want to talk about. And many of us young black men, we have a problem with authority because there's never been one in the household. And that's a problem we need to deal with. You get mad at me all you want to. I bear the scars of no man land. I was raised without a father in my life, and I still suffer today. And I'm committed that my children will never see it. I will be there for my children. They will learn how to respect authority, and they will learn how to live. So I encourage every one of you, as you freeze to death, as we all are doing, warm your hearts with this notion that as a community, if we are ever going to have unity, we must understand that everybody is flawed, and everybody has a story. Take time to learn your neighbor's story. Take time to understand that they have the same flaws that you have. But the bottom line is, everybody wants to live, and it's everybody's responsibility to help everybody else live. Thank you for your time. God bless you all.